Hello there, this is Mr. Gray, and like promised, I'm going to use an English accent today for these examples. So, one thing that I want to remind you for this volume of prisms and cylinders is that we will be working with this equation. Volume equals base times height. We'll be using that both for the prism and the cylinder. So please follow along with volume equals base times height. Remember, finding the base, we have the width times the length gives us the base, right? That's important to remember when we're looking at anything with the volume. What is the base? The base times the height. If this height were 10, we would do 6 multiplied by 10, and that would be the volume of 60. Remember, it's like a cookie cutters. Every cookie sheet, how many cookie sheets can we put in this box? All right, and we found out that we could do 60. So, looking at the example number 1, the volume of a prism. Again, we're going to use volume equals base times height. This is example number 1 for a triangle. Remember, the volume, to find the base of a triangle, you need to use the equation 1/2 base times height. Base times height. So this is finding the side of that triangle. And we had 6 and 8. So to find that, we have 1/2 times 6 times 8. And then we need to multiply it by the height right here, which was 13. All right, so let's multiply that by 13. When we multiply all that together, this will give us the volume, which will be 312. All right, that is example number 1. Now we're going to look at the volume of a cylinder. Okay, again, the same thing. Volume equals base times height. But we need to remember, to find the base of this cylinder, right, we need to find what is the base of this. The base of the cylinder is going to be pi r squared. And then we're going to multiply it by h. Right, that is your second equation. Now I'm going to go through example number 1 of checkpoint. You'll be doing number 2 online, but let's look at example number 1. Again, we want to see volume equals base times height. For this example, we have the base of 8 times 10. We've already found our base, 8 times 10. Now we're going to multiply it by our height. What is our height? Our height is 3. So we're going to multiply that by 3. So 80 multiplied by 3 is 240. So our volume is 240 meters cubed. Remember, we're going to cube because that is the volume. How many square cubes can fit in here? 240. All right. The last one we will be practicing is the third example. Okay, you will be doing checkpoint number 2 on your own. All right, we've got a cylinder just like before. Okay, and let's try. Our radius is 5. Our height is 15. What are we going to do next? All right, we can plug in to our equation 3.14 times 5 squared, which is our radius squared, times the height. We have 3.14 times 25. I'll show you what I'm doing on my calculator. 3.14 times our radius, which is 25, multiplied by the height, which is 15. And that will give us 1,178. I'm going to round up to the nearest whole number. Okay, 1,178 feet cubed. All right, that is your examples. Let me know what you think. If you're having any trouble, all right, have a great afternoon.